Do you think a soft stance from the West could help improve the popularity of the US, EU, and NATO in Belgrade and draw it away from Russia? Do you think this is perhaps on the minds of the State Department?
I fear the opposite. I fear we're going to see the worst of both worlds. We're going to gain no goodwill from Serbia while alienating an ally like Kosovo. And we're living in a time where American influence might be on the decline, and we cannot take our allies for granted. We have to be proactive in preserving our alliances. Vladimir Putin, it has been reported, is the most popular figure in Serbia. There's no evidence that the policy of appeasing Serbia is going to elevate the standing of the United States and the EU within Serbia. I'm skeptical about it.
I saw some
And
data.
when I go to Kosovo, there's a deep reservoir of goodwill and loyalty toward the United States. I've jokingly said there's more love for the United States in Kosovo than there is in the United States. And so why on earth would we want to squander that goodwill? I want to see a normalization of relations. The highest priority should be to secure recognition of Kosovo as an independent state and an integration of Kosovo first into the European Union and NATO and ultimately into the international community. That should remain the policy of both Europe and the United States. But I worry that the dialogue has become more of a sword than a shield. Instead of operating as a shield that protects the independence of Kosovo, it has become a sword that Serbia weaponizes against Kosovo. Like basic local decisions, like enforcing license plates, are subject to the dialogue. And so Serbia has managed to weaponize the dialogue process to infringe upon the sovereignty and the independence of Kosovo, which is the opposite of how the dialogue should be operating.
Now, I've spoken to politicians and analysts from many countries, locally and further afield, on this issue, and I'm going to ask you the same question. As the EU has 5 non-recognisers amongst its ranks, do you think it's capable of leading the Kosovo-Serbia dialogue? Do you think the US could be better placed to lead the way?
Well, I'm in favor of the United States playing a stronger role. And I worry that the non-recognizers are part of the problem rather than part of the solution. And those recognizers should do the right thing and recognize the independence of Kosovo. And I find it strange that the point person on foreign affairs for the European Union comes from a country that refuses to recognize Kosovo. And so how if you're a Kosovar, you're skeptical about the neutrality of the dialogue process, knowing that it's being run partly by non-recognizers.
Now, I just want to throw in one last wildcard question. If you had Kurti and Vucic in a room together and you could impress something upon them, what would it be?
I would tell both sides to honor their obligations under the Brussels Agreement and the Ohrid Agreement. But I would be crystal clear to Serbia that we will have zero tolerance for the instability that it's causing in the north. That is a violation of the sovereignty of Kosovo. It is unacceptable, and the West should have zero tolerance for it.
Representative Torres, thank you very much for your time.